Hey everybody, it's Brian here, and I just want to take a few moments to talk to you all about how I got started um, in the karaoke world. Um, Next month uh, is going to mark 24 years, and I cannot believe it's been that long. 24 years that I have been singing karaoke, and I got to tell you all, it has been such an amazing journey that I have been doing karaoke for 24 years. When I first started out 24 years ago, believe it or not, I was 14 years old. I was 14 years old when I started out doing karaoke. I saw signs um, at various places, like even when I was living here uh, in Massachusetts, signs of various places and it said karaoke. And I'm like, what in the world is karaoke? I thought it was some, Chinese thing. I was kind of like thinking, in the lines of karate or whatnot. I figured it had something to do with Chinese because I saw it. I saw a lot of Chinese restaurants like advertise karaoke, but I really got introduced to the karaoke world when I was on vacation with my family in 1993. Um, October 1993 was when it all started for me. Even though I pretty much started singing, in the church, my karaoke career, um, pretty much meant more to me. I don't know why, but um, anyhow, music has always been a part of me. Music has always been a part of my family, for many, many years. I was pretty much born into music. Um, I pretty much started out, singing in the church when I was a young kid. Like, I pretty much did like a special, in the church, like, gosh, like almost every single Sunday. Like, even when, we had like a guest speaker, my pastor would always be like, Brian, I want you to do a special. I want you to sing this song or that song. Um, and, it was just, I was like a singing songbird back then. But I pretty much, expanded, pretty much October 1993, like I said. Um, that's when I entered the whole new world of music. I branched out from my church roots into other roots and stuff. So, like, the country roots, the pop rock roots, you name it. That's when I branched out. However, I still kept my gospel roots with me, and I still do to this day. Anyhow, like I said, October 1993 was when it all started for me. I did not start doing karaoke in Massachusetts. I started doing karaoke, like I said, in Florida. My family and I took a family vacation, and I got introduced to karaoke at the Holiday Inn Resort in Orlando, Florida, in Lake Buena Vista. Back then, it was called the Holiday Inn Sunspree Resort, Lake Buena Vista. And October of 1993 was when I first met my singing partner, Nancy Edens. that was when I got introduced to the whole music world of karaoke. She did a song called "That's What I Like About You," and she said, it was family karaoke and stuff, and anybody could sing. And I was looking, through the book and stuff. I told my mother and my aunt that, I wanted to, try it out, and they allowed me to, which I'm very thankful they did. And the very first song that I did, and I have a video of that song on my YouTube page. The very first song that I ever did when I first started doing karaoke was Dolly Parton's "Here You Come Again." And my mother and my aunt were like, "Does he really know this song?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I have this song on record, and I listen to the song a lot, and I want to sing this song." So I sung that song, and man, that's when it all started out for me. I did. I think that was, my first song was "Here You Come Again," and I think I did. I think afterwards I did "Are You Lonesome Tonight." So I did a few, like I said, a few karaoke songs that night, and like I said, that was when I got introduced to the karaoke world, and that's when Nancy and I did our first song that we did together, "Don't It Make My Brown Eyes Blue" by Crystal Gale. And then the following year, we made like a recording of us doing it. It was on audio cassette. I don't know if I'm pretty sure a lot of you know what audio cassettes are. Now they're obsolete. So that just comes to show you how long I've been doing this. So we made a recording of "Don't It Make My Brown Eyes Blue" and a recording of me singing "You Can't Be a Beacon If Your Light Don't Shine." Everybody loved the way that Nancy and I did "Don't It Make My Brown Eyes Blue." So it was either, I want to say it was 1995 or 96. We did our second recorded album, or cassette tape, I should say, of and we recorded 2 songs. It was a single album, and we did the song "That's What Friends Are For" and "Grandpa Tell Me About the Good Old Days." And I'll tell you, when I did the second album, like I said, I will never ever forget when I recorded the second album. Oh my gosh. That was probably like one of my treacherous nights of ever doing karaoke. That night, I had a very, very bad sore throat. I literally thought I was going to lose my voice. If you were to listen to the recording, I'm telling you, you would not know my throat was very sore. It was a miracle in that how the recording sounded. I listened to the recording and I'm like, man, you would not even know I had a sore throat that night. My throat was killing me, and I said to Nancy, I'm like, "Nancy, if I have a voice tomorrow, I'm going to be lucky." Because I'm telling you, my throat felt like it was on fire. I'm telling you. It was the most wicked sore throat I have ever had, ever. And the pain was just like, oh my gosh. After I got done, doing the recording, I turned around and I said to myself, I'm like, man, I got to rest my voice. Because I said, if I don't rest my voice, I said, I'm not going to be able to talk. I'm not going to be able to sing. If I don't rest my voice. And so I went to bed that night. Um, and, I was praying to God. I'm like, God, I just hope and pray I have a voice, by tomorrow. I said, the way my voice feels right now, I mean, I was doing everything I can, not to talk or anything, after I did that recording. I mean, like I said, my throat was like, oh my gosh. It felt like, it was on fire, and, it felt like, man, it was crazy. But I want to show you a picture of Nancy and I real quick. This picture was back in 1999, and that was the very last time that Nancy and I performed. I mean, look at how thin I was. Um, I think I just turned, I was 19 in that picture, about ready to turn 20 years old. In that picture there, I was 19. We performed March 1999 that year, and I was just about to turn 20 years old. In that picture, and I'll tell you, I think I look pretty darn good for 19 years old. And in that song, and in that picture, I remember the song we were doing. We were doing the very first song I actually did. Here You Come Again by Dolly Parton. I have a good memory. I'm telling you, a lot of people, are really surprised at how I remember things. And it's just so amazing. Through the years, I've learned a lot, from a lot of people, throughout my karaoke experience. Not just, with Nancy, but I've learned a lot of karaoke songs by Carlin Joyce when I was going to Pub 18 in Whitman. And I learned, a lot of songs, from them, by hearing them sing, and and they kept, doing like the same songs like a lot, and then I began to learn them, and I began to use them, in time when I went to other various places, and I and my ex fiance and I, we would work on karaoke songs on our own. Like, she would buy albums and she'd be like, I want you to learn this song. So I learned it, and this was before we had like YouTube and all this and that, and so like I said, I went to karaoke, and I learned a lot of tunes. Believe me, I've learned a lot of tunes throughout the years. I really did, and I owe it, to Carlin Joyce. I owe it, to Darlene and Paul and Steve and Diane, and just to name a few. I mean, I've learned a lot of songs through a lot of people, and Kent, and I couldn't forget Kent, and especially Paul from the Draft. I mean, every place I went, they're like, man, this guy really can sing. I'll tell you, I mean, it's just amazing. Like, I walk into a karaoke bar and everybody falls in love with my voice. I just want to thank everybody that has helped me become the karaoke success that I am. I want to take the time to thank all the subscribers that are subscribed to my YouTube channel, that watch the karaoke videos, as well as the other videos that I do. Um, I'm like I said, I'm doing everything I can to try to live my dream. And throughout these 24 years, I've met like a lot of people, um, a lot of famous people, I should say. And these famous people, have heard me, sing. In It was 2015. I was up in New Hampshire. I sung with Paul Coleman. He and we did the song "I Still Haven't Found What I'm Looking For." That video is on my YouTube channel. Um, and it was just so amazing. That was probably the biggest crowd I had, that heard me. And I've met Winona Judd, who is my inspiration. I really owe it to Winona Judd, um, and her music, because I've seen her in concert. I've met her. I've had my picture taken with her, and it's my dream, for her and I to sing together sometime. I hope I get that chance someday, and it'll be nice if that happens by the time my 25 years of singing karaoke comes around. Believe me, I have a lot of big plans for when I reach the 25th mark. Believe me, we're on year 24, but 2018, I plan on reliving every moment of my karaoke experience. From 14 years old all the way up to the age I'll be next year, which will be 39. Um, right now I'm 38, and it's just amazing how time flies. I mean, a lot of people, they come up to me and they're like, "Brian, you do not look like 38. How do you stay young? How do you do it?" I have no idea how I do it. I just, do things, I guess, to try to, stay young or whatnot. I don't know. I mean, I mean, there's days, I look young, but feeling young, man, there's days I feel like, a 60-year-old, because, there's just days I'm like in so much pain with my body and stuff, believe me. Um, like, the other night I went to karaoke, and a lot of times, like this was like in the early 2000s, like 2003, 2004. I was able to do the cha-cha slide, and I was in my, like I said, well, I was in my 20s, in the early 2000s, and here I am, I'm 38 years old. And the other night, I tried to do the cha-cha slide, and I could not do the cha-cha slide for the life of me, because my body was just like, ugh, with the pain that I was in. I mean, in the early 2000s, I did not have the pain in my body that I have today. Um, I have like 3 bulging discs in my lower back now. Um, it sucks, but what can you do? And I just, I have like a lot of health problems that I didn't have back then. I mean, nothing major, just some stuff I need to control better, I guess you could say. But don't worry, I'm still going. I'm still growing strong. Um, with my karaoke experience, I'm still going to continue. Nothing is going to stop me from continuing on. I know that there are some people, that are out there, they've retired, they're saying, "Oh, I'm going to retire. I'm not going to, do this anymore." I'll tell you, that's not going to happen to me. Uh, the day I retire is the day I stop singing, and that will be, and the day I stop singing will be the day, God takes me out of this world. That will be, you know, my farewell, I guess. But I plan on, doing what I'm doing, until my very last breath, um, or until I can't sing anymore, which I hope doesn't happen. But like I said, I plan to be the karaoke king, as long as I can. Believe me. Um, like I said, I plan on continuing on as much as I can. So yeah, like I said, I'm gonna continue making the hits. I'm gonna continue learning new songs, and I'm gonna keep on entertaining you. And and that's what I'm going to do. So, like I said, I just want to thank you. I really do. I definitely want to thank you all, and I really want to thank you all for the love and the support that uh, you have all given me. Even though you may be a subscriber or a non-subscriber, to my YouTube channel. I just want to thank everybody, that takes the time, to listen to my videos. It really means a lot, and YouTube has helped me to get my music out to all the world, and I'm really thankful, for that. And if there's anybody out there, that's like, man, this kid is good. I want to, record him. I want him to make his dream come true. Feel free to let me know. You know, um, it's always been my dream to, make a big album and, be an opening act, for a big major, country star or whatever. It's my dream to someday open up for Winona Judd. Believe me, it's a big dream of mine. If it happens, it happens. Believe me, Lord willing. Everything, is in, um, God's timing, God's plan, or whatever. I'm just, allowing God to, take control of the bandwagon and just lead me to where He wants me to go with this, with my musical talent that, He has given me. Um, like I said, I never gave up um, on my gospel roots. Gospel music, it's one of my favorite things to do, and I try to do gospel at karaoke, when I can. And I like to do, special shows. I like to do, like, when it comes to like the 4th of July or whatnot. I like to, sing the patriotic songs. I think the song that everybody loves that I do is "God Bless the USA." And the other night I was at karaoke, and there was this guy that he was in the Navy, and you know I I thanked him, for his hard dedication service, to our country, and I sung the song "God Bless the USA" for him, and he really, thanked me for it and everything. And that wasn't the first time that I've done something like that, for our servicemen. I remember back in, it was either 2003 or four, that I was at karaoke one night, and the DJ asked me if I would sing, "God Bless the USA," because um, there was a guy, that was there, and he was shipping out to Iraq. And I said, absolutely. One thing that, I try to do, when I go out to karaoke is, not only do I like to make friends, but, for the people, that like what I do, people that are my fans, I guess I should say, I do everything that I can to make everybody happy. That's what I try to do. I try to make everybody happy and give each person a memory. And so anyhow, I did "God Bless USA," for this guy, Chris. I remember his name. His name is Chris. And the guy I did I sung "God Bless USA" for the other night. His name was Frank. So Chris and Frank, I thank you for your hard dedication, service to our country. It really means a lot to me from the bottom of my heart. So, like I said, I'll keep honoring, our servicemen in in the shows that I do. Um, and one thing that I really love to do, I love the Christmas shows that I do every year. I go to various nursing homes, and I bring my keyboard with me and play Christmas carols for them. Last year I did something different. Last year I had like my karaoke tracks with me, and I did some keyboard and some karaoke tracks. So I'm probably going to do the same thing this year. Um, I mean, this year, it's going to be like really, really tough for me, with the Christmas concerts and all, because this year I'm leaving for Pennsylvania. I'm going to Pennsylvania for the Christmas holiday, and I'm going to be there for a month. So um, I'm probably going to have to cram everything in. Um, that week after Thanksgiving and stuff. Pack my. I'm probably going to have to pack my suitcase before Thanksgiving or whatnot if I plan on doing the Christmas things for you and stuff. So like I said, I'm gonna try to do as much as I can for you. Um, so because I know you love the entertainment, I know you guys love the videos of the Christmas lights at Edaville and Enchanted Village. I'm gonna try to go to those places this year, especially Enchanted Village and Edaville. I'm gonna try to go to that before I leave for Pennsylvania. And also, I mean, I probably won't do. I highly doubt I'll be going to La Salette this year, or the other campground that I went to last year. So, but I do. I'm going to try to do Enchanted Village and Edaville for Christmas, and also the nursing home concert um, as well. So, anyhow, those are a must that I'm going to try to do. So anyhow, like I said, I really want to thank you for uh, going down this road with me through my musical life and everything. I want to thank everybody for their support. And like I said, I've been doing this 24 years. I plan on, like I said, I plan on continuing to keep going and continuing to get more better and better and bigger as I go along. All right, and I don't mean what I mean by bigger and bigger. I don't mean my body, weight or whatnot. I'm pretty sure you all know what I mean. I'll admit, when I was in my early 20s, I was a whole lot thinner then. I mean, I know I gained some weight back then, but hopefully, I'll lose it. So it's easy to gain, but hard to lose it. I'll tell you. But anyhow, like I said, I want to thank you all for everything. So I know I've been ranting and raving, about 24 years. So anyhow, that's pretty much all I gotta say for now. And like I said, thanks again, and keep watching the videos, and I hope you all enjoy what's to come in the future. All right, so I will talk to you all later, and I wish you all the best, and God bless. Peace out.